just a little bit upset because now we have to like get that enthusiastic back.
Enthusiastic?
Enthusiasm back.
Enthusiasm?
What is it? Oh my God, stop. And you're going to put that in the beginning, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Brandon. Welcome back to another episode of
Can We Get a Minute? How are you?
I'm doing good,
Happy
darling.
New
How
Year.
are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
You want to show the people the news?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You want to show the people the news?
Yeah, y'all. So just quick disclaimer. We recorded
Look at
our
me.
video.
Don't look at that. Look at me.
Okay, quick disclaimer for those that are listening. When you're talking to the people, and I talk to you when
You're
I'm
talking to me,
looking
though.
at you. I'm talking to the
Okay,
people.
go ahead.
I'm talking to the people.
Go ahead.
Hey, people. So just a quick disclaimer. We recorded our video of recapping our wedding because we're married. Show the rings for those that's watching the video. I'm not sure what happened, but that footage is no longer here.
I'll tell them what happened. I was just having a little bit of hard drive issues, y'all, and the footage is not lost.
Well, we don't have it.
But we don't. But we just don't have it right now.
So.
But it's not lost.
Okay, and that was recorded a while ago. So now we're gonna like redo that. So I guess we can always talk about our wedding. I was just a little bit upset because now we have to like get that enthusiastic back.
Enthusiastic?
Enthusiasm back.
Enthusiasm?
What is it? Oh my God, stop. And you're gonna put that in the beginning, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Enthusiasm.
That's like our show, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's what it was. You don't never know how to say that show.
It's a little hard word for me to say, y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we're gonna like redo that episode. So
the last episode we did was 3 months ago, and we just talked about the engagement. And then before that,
so we weren't married yet.
No.
Oh, okay,
we had just got engaged. The last
okay.
episode that they'll be seeing.
Gotcha. Oh, really? That was the last episode?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, y'all. We married now. We married. Child is hard out here.
We didn't even recap the wedding planning.
Well, we did all that in the footage I got lost. We kind of like dive deep into like a little bit of all that. The honeymoon, the wedding, the engagement, the planning, all that.
We should break that up. You want to break that up? Actually, let's just talk about the wedding and then we'll talk about the planning some other time.
Why don't we just dib and dabble and make the whole episode just, a little bit of all. Just be all over the place with it.
Because it's so much.
We got to break down every little detail?
No, we have to break down every little detail, but there's so much I want to say to the people.
I mean, whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Let's talk about the wedding and our honeymoon.
Okay.
Because I know you're upset that we lost it, and my apologies, darling.
I mean, I'm not upset. I just hate, it's like you go into so much, and now it's like, dang, you got to like try to think about everything you said, even though you know the information. I do like talking about the wedding, but, I
the honeymoon. The honeymoon.
I know the honeymoon is phenomenal.
We can have a normal version, and then we can have an X-rated episode.
All right, relax. But before we get into the wedding stuff, y'all, it's 2:02. We got plans in an hour, but thankfully our plans are right around the corner though. But Happy New Year! I hope you guys are well. It's 2022.
Yeah, so we're in a new year. It's 2022. Shout out to everyone that made it, and God rest your soul to the people that didn't. But we're in a new year, and we're in a new season.
Shout out to everybody.
What?
Got issues.
So we're in a new year and we're in a new season. So welcome to season 2. Right?
You always keep track of that. I don't know anything.
Pretty sure we're in season 2. Welcome to season 2 of Can We Get a Minute? For those of you who are new, this is my lovely wife. Her name is
I'm a wife.
Brittany Heath.
My title has been upgraded.
Okay, look at me.
My title, you don't need to repeat my name. I already said it. My title has been upgraded. Yes. Okay, I'm a wife. I was single.
Girlfriend?
I was a girlfriend.
And then you were?
I was a fiance. Not for too long, for 3 months.
Very brief.
But I was still a fiance.
Okay? What would you grade me being a fiance? A, B, C, D, or F?
Oh, you were A, but you were awesome.
Okay. Are you honest?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna honestly grade you B-. Wow. I'm joking, but you was an A+, girl.
I know I was. Don't touch my hand. Okay. Oh, real quick for our wedding, we're gonna be all over the place, y'all. Just keep up. We said that we were gonna do our handshake for our wedding right after we got announced, and we didn't. Instead, when they said to kiss, again, we're gonna be all over the place. Again, when we said to kiss, and we actually practiced. I was like, "What do you do?" Because just shameless plug. Heath Film and Photo, the owner.
Yes.
The everything, photographer, videographer, Mr. Brandon right here. Anyway, So he does weddings all the time. So I was like right when they say, pronounce you husband and wife, like what are we gonna do? We're gonna hug, we're gonna kiss, and he was like, we kiss and then we hug. And I was like, all right, now I'm a hugger. I love hugging like anybody, right? And so we did that, and obviously I'm nervous. I was crying, y'all. And I did not even know. I went to hug him first as he wanted to kiss me. And he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, yeah. And then we kissed. And we didn't even get that captured because the photographer got us hugging midway.
Because he thought it was going to be a kiss.
Yeah.
But it was a hug.
And he was like, you played me with a kiss. And I was like, hey. And he was like, oh, my gosh.
But we did end up kissing.
Yeah. So then as you walk down the aisle, the photographer was like, stop, hold it, and pause. And then we kissed, which was a really nice photo, by the way.
It was.
But that first kiss as a husband and wife did not take place when it should have.
It didn't.
But it is a new year. God bless y'all. Please keep God first. And we're going to go back to October 2021.
We're going to take you back, way back in the time.
Yeah.
To October 24th.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, you didn't want to say the day. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you did that on purpose.
I didn't. I honestly.
The way you looked at me, you was like,
not.
Is she going to say anything?
Because
okay.
I was thinking about where we want to get into. Whatever. Anyway.
You can go ahead and beat that out. You can take this out too, that little thing. So take out two things. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, I don't want that in there.
So
I don't want that in there, bro. I don't want that in there. Okay, go.
So we're jumping into, what part are we jumping into? We're taking it from the beginning.
Okay.
From our wedding.
Okay.
Or, we got so much we have to talk about. What about our engagement dinner?
Okay, so y'all know we live in Atlanta, so we had to go up north. Our wedding was also going to be up north as well in Delaware, and we had an engagement dinner. So we came like 3-4 days. Well, you were already up north for like a week before we got married.
Yeah,
we got married on a Sunday. I came up there on Thursday night, which was a complete disaster at the airport.
Oh,
I'm missed my wedding. That flight attendant did not care, y'all. I had my dog with me, and it was a whole complete mess. They was not gonna let me on that airplane. I was like, but I'm getting married. I'm getting married though. Like,
you said that to him?
Yeah, I thought I'm getting married. Like, I need to be, and they was just like, sorry, ma'am. And I'm like, wow. I didn't say when I was getting married. I just said I'm getting married. I need to be on this airplane. Hoping they would have some sympathy for the girl, but they didn't have anything.
I would 100% have sympathy for someone if they said that to me. That's like the ultimate excuse.
I know.
If I was stopping someone from getting on a plane for whatever reason, granted, it's not like illegal or anything hazardous, anything crazy like that for any other reason. You know what I mean? And they said, but I'm getting married. I need to get on this flight. I'm going to try to work with them to get them on that flight.
And my tone was like, I wasn't crying. I was just like, but I'm getting married. Like, can I please go? Like, come on, please. I was like that. And she was like, no.
It don't matter to me.
And I was like, wow. So I ended up flying out late Thursday night. I got in at 12:30? It was ridiculous, y'all. That's another story for another time, okay? But then, so Friday.
You just told them the story, so.
Well, no, everything and why I had to miss the flight and all that. Okay. But anyway, when was your engagement dinner? Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Oh, the very next day. Yeah. So the very next day we had our engagement dinner in, I don't know why I keep thinking Philly because it was in a city, but it was Wilmington. It's Philly. Yeah, it was just Philly.
Those of you know, Delaware.
It's in Delaware. This big.
Yeah, it's not.
But anyway, we had our engagement dinner. We had our rehearsal, which I didn't even want to do the actual rehearsal because I'm like, we don't even need it. I have my niece and my nephew. They're like wedding pros. And you're like, yeah, but we need it. Thank God we had the rehearsal because we had to go through the walking and the order. And I don't know why I was thinking oh, it's a small wedding. Like they just walk in pairs, just walk down. And it's like, no, everything needed to be rehearsed. It was wild.
And I feel like I said this 27 times, but we're doing it for the video. I mean, for the podcast.
Yeah.
But throughout the whole process, I I shoot weddings for a living. So throughout the whole process, I just feel like people, including you early on.
What did I do?
In the planning process. Not during the wedding rehearsal and stuff.
Maybe
in the planning process.
All them questions you asked.
I feel like nobody was listening to what I was saying. Like, I see beautiful weddings that failed. I saw all types of stuff. So I feel like people wasn't listening to me. And that rehearsal definitely was
needed.
An example of that.
Well, yeah, it was needed. Yeah, people just wasn't
needed.
Listening to you.
Yeah.
Even though this is what you do for a living. I think it's one of those things where, because you're in the family, it's like, oh, it's just CJ or just Brennan or whatever. It's just like, okay, whatever. But it's like, I do this for a living, you know, versus somebody else that was there, like some wedding planner, they would listen to them, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
That's just the woes of
But
stuff.
the rehearsal went great.
It did. I definitely needed that walk. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then coming out on the song, like the part of the song and knowing, like, I just think for me, I was like, it's a small wedding. The little details don't matter. But the details matter whether you have a big wedding or a small wedding. And ours was very small. We didn't even have a wedding party. So
no wedding party. It was just us two, and we only had like
the details
50
matter.
People there, 40 to 50,
about
between
50,
40 and 50.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, people there. So yeah, really small wedding, but it turned out good. Like she said, we went to Wilmington and had a magnificent dinner.
So we had the dinner right after our rehearsal, and then we went to dinner. Dinner was amazing. It was a really, really nice restaurant. I was like skeptical about the whole place because I'm like, this menu, like, I don't know what I can eat. Like, what's all this
Let me
stuff?
tell y'all a little something about my wife, y'all. I love her so much. I do. I love her so much. But she needs to have her mittens on everything. She needs to know.
My mittens.
I'm talking. This girl will research a restaurant before we go to it. I'm talking looking at the menu, reading the reviews, sometimes even going to the restaurant early and taste testing everything to make sure she knows what she wants
lie to the people. That's not even possible. I like reading it. I am a control person. I do like to control as much things as I can control, right? But yeah, my rehearsal, I wanted, because like his family picked a rehearsal place, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting married, like I want to make sure it's a good restaurant.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So, but we weren't even going to have a rehearsal because we didn't have a wedding party. So I didn't even want the thing anyway, but then like his mom wanted it, and I'm like, okay, cool. But I still wanted to make sure I could eat at the place. You know what I mean? So definitely had to pray over that one.
My family and my peoples know about my wife and how she
and I don't eat meat, so I eat seafood. So
and they had plenty of options.
Yeah,
but
hold on, but the menu wasn't like a French place or something like that. It was some type of place. Yeah, I couldn't understand like the menu, and I'm like, I'm trying to look at pictures, and I'm like, but y'all, the food, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, the food was really good.
I mean, everything was good. The whole rehearsal dinner itself was like, you got this thing coming off. The whole thing was just, it was really great. We felt great. We was like on the spotlight. It was really.
My sister, shout out to my sisters, Kirsten and Nicole. They did a great job. They coordinate. Well, they were the day of coordinators.
Day of coordinators
for the wedding,
and coordinated like the whole rehearsal dinner. They got us really nice gifts,
beautiful gifts,
and for our parents too. Got gifts.
And got our parents gifts. Yeah,
really
so
nice.
It was really cool. And so anyway, we had a great time at the rehearsal dinner, and then the next day was the wedding. So I stayed at a hotel nearby. We got married at, my family-in-law's house, her parents' house.
The rehearsal was Friday. Saturday was when we had the
that's right.
planning,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
and then Sunday we got married.
Yeah, Saturday that was a whole nother thing. We had so much we had to do. And then Sunday we got married, so we can skip the Saturday.
Saturday was just so we got married at my parents' house.
Yeah.
So we had to prep the house and get all the decor up for the wedding and the tables and all that good stuff. And then Sunday morning was when we got married.
Yep. Yeah, Sunday we got married. So that morning I stayed at a hotel, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like the whole time I wasn't nervous until then, or late Saturday night I started to get nervous, but then that morning. Oh, the tum-tum was in knots. Yeah, I was very nervous. And you said you were nervous too, right?
I've been nervous, but that morning, I was already nervous for like 3 weeks before the wedding. Just the nervous vibes. And then that morning I woke up and it was like times 20.
Yeah.
I mean, I just couldn't even like.
Which is another
breathe,
thing,
really.
brings me
It's
to another
crazy.
thing. This child thought that she was going to take a nap
I
on
did.
her wedding day.
I told everybody I was gonna take a nap at 10 o'clock in
I'm
the
going to take a
morning."
nap. And then I said, you're going to take a nap. Yeah, I'm going to take a nap. You're going to take a nap? Yeah. All
I
right.
told
Bet.
everybody, they was like, "You're gonna take a nap on your wedding day?" Okay,
I
'cause
know.
we had got everything done on Saturday.
Yeah, but
I actually did a really good job at that. I did a good job at setting everything up for Sunday to be smooth. It was actually very smooth. I was proud of myself for that. But anyway,
it was smooth for you. It was not smooth for me.
well, I'm talking about Sunday morning as far as like the prep. Like I did a
Like
good
making sure
job
everything
at
was-
making sure
yeah.
everything, like certain stuff was done on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then stuff for Sunday was already laid out for those that came to help. It was just really smooth and organized. But yeah, I wanted to take a nap, y'all, because it's going to be a long day, a long night.
Yeah.
It was a long night, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's for the X-rated version.
All right, relax. So
Follow my other channel for that.
keep clearing my throat, sorry. But yeah, I
COVID.
forgot what we was talking about. Oh yeah, I want to take a nap. And I know everybody was like, okay, you going to take a nap? Okay, sure.
So then I bet her.
Yeah, we made like a
I
little
said,
bit.
I bet you days. It's a little bet.
We
between
just
us.
yeah, we just did a bet. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
I bet you days that you won't take a nap. And she was like, bet. Now, granted, she has this all under control. To win the bet, all you have to do was go take a nap. Carve out time and go take a nap. But I just knew you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't find the
I
time.
know.
And you didn't find
And
the time.
actually, I had time around 11. Well, no, the hair
you
appointment was at
didn't.
11.
That's what I was gonna say.
But I definitely could have had time. But honestly, y'all, I was too excited to take a nap.
Well,
I
I
wasn't
knew-
even busy. Around 9:30, 10, I was good. Everybody was already, because I had got up at 7 to go to prep other stuff. And then your family came like around 9:30. And then after that, everybody had everything under control. I definitely
Yeah.
could have. And I kept coming downstairs just to see. But I was just so excited. I could have won the bet. Don't
No.
play with me. But I didn't, so
you
whatever.
Didn't. You lost. You took that L. Hold that L for me. But anyway, so that morning I was very nervous and I had to use the facilities all day because of my nerves.
The
I woke up
facilities.
stupid early, left my hotel room, went down to the lobby, and just sat there just thinking about life because
And you wrote your letter
nothing
that
was the same.
morning.
And I wrote my letter that morning. So I was writing my letter. And it was like a TV show. Like everyone from my family kept, because they all stayed at the hotel too. Everyone from my family kept coming down. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? And then my mom, I think I told you, but my mom had came down with her robe on that said mother of the groom. And she was like, she was gassed. But yeah, fast forward to me getting there. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was a groomzilla. I was
And
a
I
groomzilla.
was not. I was maxing and relaxing.
I was a groomzilla because nobody took, well, not nobody, my family, not even my family, just my parents didn't take the time seriously. My parents showed up like 20 minutes later than we wanted them to. Because we told everyone that was walking down the aisle to show up at 3:30, right? Or 3.
I said 3. I said 3.
Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
said 3. Latest 3:30 because the wedding started at 4, and we was on a strict time due to photographer and sun setting. And my parents showed up at like
3:45 or something.
no later than that. It was like 3:50,
Oh wow.
something crazy. And I'm like,
Well, you were bridezilla before that, weren't
Groomzilla.
you? Groomzilla. Before that, weren't you?
yeah, I was.
And you annoyed at your sisters for being late.
My sister. No. My sisters weren't. Well,
They were late to the house,
Yeah,
'cause I told them
we
to
were,
come at a
We were
certain time.
we were slightly late to the house, so that.
Not
bothered
you,
me.
they were.
No, I was because I was rode with them.
I'm talking about earlier though.
Oh yeah. But I wasn't mad about that.
Oh.
I didn't get mad until I'm at the hotel and we're about to leave. We need to leave, and I'm like, y'all know it takes us like 20 minutes to get there from the hotel. We're late, and they're like, oh, okay, we're coming. I'm like, then my older sister, I thought she was dressed. I thought she was dressed. She had on a dress. She looked great. I'm thinking, okay, she's dressed. I'm gonna get dressed there, and she's like, oh no, this is my pre-wedding dress. I'm like.
It's just been so extra.
And then my little sister wasn't dressed at all.
I told them to get dressed there.
You told them to get dressed there?
Well,
second time?
Well, I gave them that option to like, cause they were going to be running around. And I was
Yeah.
like, then you can bring your dress with you and then
Yeah.
get dressed at the house.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
Nikki and them did. They did.
Nikki did.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Koo did too because she had to put on another
yeah,
dress.
She had another dress.
But Koo put on her dress quick.
Mm-hmm.
So she was there to greet the guests, make sure everything was running smooth. Nikki was in the basement with me getting dressed. I'm like, what the? You supposed to be up. I was mad. But they did a great job. And granted, like we said, it was their first time doing this. So I have to give them
I couldn't
grace.
tell. Maybe,
Yeah, I know.
maybe like those like little details.
Because you were upstairs, tucked away, feeling great, which is great, which is what I wanted. I was the one that was downstairs like, what the?
He does not curse, y'all. The what the was nothing after that.
Yeah, whatever. Anyone who knows me watching this knows I don't cuss. But anyway, the wedding came and it was amazing. And you cried like crazy.
I
think you well, not jinx, but I think you knew you was gonna do that because you had sent me a video of that one bride.
Oh, there was a video I sent him of this girl. I'm talking about bawling, crying, like some tragedy took place in her life, crying.
Yeah.
They're coming down the aisle, and the photographer, like in the video, was just snapping. It was, I mean, talk about ugly cry, past ugly cry. This girl was like, I don't want to wish on her life, but it was just like something terrible took place.
Yeah.
It was not like happy, sad tears, how mine were. Hers was like, oh my God.
Yeah. And you're like, I hope I don't do that. And you did. But it wasn't
that.
No, you did, but it wasn't to that level.
I didn't
She
do what
was
she
like-
did, a
Yeah.
I cried. I had
have
like a
photos.
little tiny ugly cry. But you know what? It was wild though. I was very emotional that day. My niece came in the room. She looked really pretty. I was still getting ready. And as soon as I saw her, because for those that don't know, my brother died 5 years ago. He's about to be almost 6 in 2 months.
Really?
Yeah. But he has 2 kids, and they were in the wedding. And looked like the flower girl. What is the other one called?
Ring bearer.
Yeah. The ring bearer. But my niece came in the room where I was at. The moment I saw her, I just cried.
And my sisters.
And later on your sisters, but I
Everyone that
cried.
came in the room,
I cried because like I'm like, oh my God, I just thought about Bobby, and I'm like, Bobby's not here, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, it's crazy how, and I said that before, like I don't know how people just cry instantly, and on my wedding day
That's exactly what you
that's
did.
how people cry instantly, like it's just quick, overwhelming emotion.
Yeah.
And then his sister came in a little while later. I was already dressed. And I don't know why I cried for her. I just cried. I think, just like, oh my gosh, she looks so beautiful for our wedding. And I'm like, I'm just crying.
Yeah.
My mom was like, don't get her crying again. And then, but after that, like I was fine. Well, I cried twice earlier. And then I was coming down the step because the wedding was in my parents' backyard. But I was coming down the steps. And it was just like the food people in the kitchen. That was it. And then I looked at the window. I saw the people, and I was just like, about to go down. My dad gave me some tissue to throw away, and I'm just chilling. Then as soon as they hit play on the song, and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting married.
She came down to our song.
Boo, literally, when I was in the
it.
kitchen, I was fine. I was like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
And then they hit play.
That song, they'll do it to you.
The song.
Who picked the song, Boo? Who picked the song?
Well, we picked the song. Well, I guess you picked it, but it was our song.
It was our song, yeah.
was
But
our
originally
song.
I was like,
We
this
gotta
is the
use
song
that
my
song,
wife
yeah.
is coming in the aisle to.
And so as soon as I hit play and I stepped out on the balcony,
The deck.
the deck, I lost it. I was just like, oh my gosh. And my amazing father walked me down the aisle. He looked really great, but everybody looked great. And we had our moment at the top when he was whispering to me. He made me laugh while I was crying, and then we got married. Walked on down. I saw him. Oh, that's another thing. I had a lot of questions for you prior to our wedding, just about how people are. And I was like, as I'm walking down the aisle, I was really worried about this. I brought this up several times to you. I'm like, walking down the aisle, who am I looking at? Am I looking at you? What if I look at the other people? I had a cousin that waved to me while she was coming down the aisle. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'd be worried about overthinking. I overthink about anything. And you was like, look at me. So what was crazy, I was still worried about it at that time, but when I came down that aisle, I couldn't see anybody but him, y'all. Like it was like having, for those camera people, it was like having like a 50 millimeter, lens and everything was all blurred out. But that one thing, that's how I looked. The best thing I could come up with. But all I could see was you.
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
I wanted to correct your 50 millimeter lens analogy.
What was wrong with it?
It's not the focal length. that makes it blurred out. It's the f-stop. Those 50 millimeter lenses are 1.8, so that's why
I guess
it's
mine
blurred
have
out.
always been on 1.8 because every time I put the 50 up, the back is completely blown out. So anyway, go ahead. So I walked down the aisle and then he was there and then
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, we got married. It was a short ceremony.
very short.
And then we took pictures right after.
Oh, hold on. So I'm late, like a lot of places where I go to, and even though I'm working on my new time this year, I did good. I mean, even though I had to be out there at a certain hour, of course, because we had the photographer for a certain time, and then we had to beat the sunset.
The sunset, yeah.
It was outside, so. But I did good. I came out 4:05. I was good.
4:05? Oh, yeah. When you walked out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
you
was
were fine.
good.
Yeah, you were fine. Yeah. You should be fine. It was at the place you stayed. It was at your parents' backyard.
But some people still be late.
This child want to.
Y'all, he get on me whenever I'm late, but he don't say a word when I'm not.
Because you're supposed to be. And I told you, I
So
also
what?
don't like when people be like, oh, look at him. He's a good daddy. He's a good daddy. And I'm like, oh, he's a good daddy. You're supposed to be.
Yeah, you're supposed to be, but you can still acknowledge when somebody does something really well. That's why they have Mother's Day and Father's Day. And just like, yo,
So we
he's a
acknowledge
really
the
good
daddies then.
father. And it could just be like, yeah, he's a good father. Yeah, you should be a good father. But you have fathers that like are really, really good fathers.
know,
You're
but I
like,
mean,
wow,
but-
and so you acknowledge it
I
and you thank
know,
people for
but
it.
some people
and it's
expect a
okay
reward.
to do that.
I know, but some
okay. And that's all I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, but some people expect a reward. They want people to pat them on the back for doing something that they're supposed to do. It's like,
Well, my thing with you is that
someone
just-
give me flowers. I didn't rob the bank. It's like, okay.
Okay, what
You're
I'm
not
talking about
supposed to.
is that I feel like in relationships or now marriage, right, is that if somebody has a problem with something and then they're working on it, I feel like people should acknowledge when they work on something. Maybe not every time, right? Or maybe, I don't know, it's just say, hey, thank you for being on time. I do that with you. And I just feel like it's important, and he doesn't believe that you should acknowledge things if you're supposed to
that's
do
not
it.
what I'm
And I'm
saying.
just like, why don't you just say like, hey? Now he didn't need to say it for the wedding. I'm just saying in general, but it's just like when I am on time for things, I feel like it's good to acknowledge that. It's just like, hey, thank you for being on time, or whatever.
I acknowledge
know.
it when someone
I don't
on the
think
streak.
you
When you go on the street, when you go on the I'm on time streak,
you don't.
I'll acknowledge it.
No.
So moving
no,
forward.
you're not even gonna. No, you're not moving forward. You said that before, and you don't do it. You don't remember. You're not good at following up on things.
Okay, moving forward, darling. If you're on time 3 times in a row, then I'll acknowledge it.
3 times is good. Make
3
sure
times.
you make sure you remember that.
Okay, 3
Okay,
times.
Great.
So
Okay, handshake.
we just did our handshake for the audio, and people didn't see that. But anyway, so yeah, and then we took our pictures right after, and then we had our reception.
Oh, not gonna lie.
What?
Well, I don't know if they see this. I don't care. But so we always wanted to have like a quick moment after, like right after we got married, like the ceremony part before we took our pictures, just to have like that intimate time.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like ours was intimate. I think because those two people came. I think it was like your cousins or something. Like they came out from the back to go to their car. I don't know. It wasn't what I wanted it to be.
But before they came, we had time.
It was like a quick second.
That's all we
I guess
needed.
the whole it wasn't supposed to be a whole thing, I guess. But I guess when they came out, it was just like that, and then we had to leave. But
Yeah.
whatever, y'all. My wedding day. I know everybody's wedding day is amazing, but my wedding day was just perfect. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect.
Yeah.
And then we took dope pictures.
Yeah.
I'm just like recap all this. Took
Yeah.
dope pictures. We came back, had great food. Where everybody said it was great. We barely ate the food.
You ate.
I ate cold food.
You didn't. I have video footage.
Okay, but it was
of you
cold.
tearing
boo.
your food
It
up.
was cold, boo. I eat hot food. I was very upset that I couldn't thoroughly enjoy my food. But I know you because my mom cooked it, y'all. So we did that, and then we got a driver. So we went on our honeymoon 2 days after our wedding. So those first 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 2 days. So for like our wedding night and then the following night, Monday, we stayed in Philadelphia in PA for those that don't know. But we got a driver, not an Uber. We got a driver. We got like this
And
big black
he
truck, and it was great.
Great. He
Yo,
was awesome because after
I just want a driver now.
yeah, because after the wedding, like I set up my cameras.
He
to
waited for
do
like an
the
hour and a
video.
half.
Yeah, and I had to like. we were leaving, like she said, we were leaving for our honeymoon not the next day, but the next day after that. But we were spending the next day in Philadelphia, and we didn't want to be going back and forth, picking up things and doing all that stuff. So we needed to have everything ready. So after we got married, I was like, okay, I need to pack up my camera equipment and have the stuff that I'm bringing to the honeymoon here and the stuff that I'm leaving here over there. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, this is going to take me a while to gather up. Because I had this person wearing a mic, that person wearing a mic, this camera over here, that camera over here. I had stuff up, lighting. I had just things everywhere. So I was like, I need to break this stuff down. This is going to be a while. So I went out to the dude, and I was like, listen, man, like, this may be a little bit. He was like, brother.
And that's how he talked, y'all.
He was like, you take your time, man. Congratulations. You take your time. I said, are you sure? Because it's going to be, he said, hey. You take your time. I said, all right, I'm going to take my time. And I did.
And my aunt told him, apologize. I think your dad, I know.
My dad apologized.
My mom went out there. My dad went out there.
Your dad was talking to him for the longest time.
My dad talked to everybody.
Your dad was out there chopping it up with him.
It was crazy.
Your aunt, my dad, your dad, everyone was like, hey, I'm sorry.
And then I went out there, and I was like, oh, my God. He's congratulations. I said, I'm sorry, we're coming. He was like, no problem. After that, I want a driver. Like, forget Uber. I want my own personal driver. Yeah. Like, it was the best experience ever.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. It was great. And then went to Philly. It was raining. Great night, of course.
Let's talk about the night.
And that was really good, too, that because at first you wanted to, like, leave the stuff there and then have somebody bring that stuff back. And I'm like, no. After I leave this place.
Wait, what?
Remember you asked if it was okay if we could leave our bags like at the house and then have somebody bring us the bags from Philly the next day.
Oh, so we didn't have to load up the car. Oh, yeah.
I was like, no. I don't want to see nobody but you.
Yeah.
And so I was really glad that we had all of our stuff with us.
Packed
And we just, y'all, for the next 8 days after that, we was on cloud 9. Talking about relaxing to the highest extent possible.
But we are going to save the honeymoon stories
for another
the next episode. Tune in to the next episode, episode 2 of season 2 to hear about our honeymoon and all the nitty gritty, nasty details.
But why would you say that? Ain't nothing nitty gritty about it that they gonna know.
Or maybe you will. Tune in to find out.
But we're married now, y'all. We are very excited about our new year, our new life together, because it's definitely been.
We've actually been married for, how long have we been married now?
A little over 2 months.
Yeah. So we're pros.
Barely. That's funny. But yeah, y'all. But thank you for tuning into this episode. That was our quick recap of our wedding. Our next episode will be our honeymoon, and then we'll get into regular podcast stuff.
Regular Can We Get a Minute stuff. So today, Can We Get a Minute to talk about our wedding? We just did that.
I think we need to start putting our topic in there. Like, can we get a minute? Can we get a minute today to talk about?
That'll be your thing. You do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, y'all. But thank you. We're gonna head out. Thank you for this awesome recording day, husband.
And we do our outro. Go ahead, darling.
All right, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Brandon.